Hello, wonderful people. How the dickens are you? Today I'm talking about, well, the fact that the world is revolting. And I need to talk about some things that have been going through my mind. I'll tell you all about it on the other side. So what have we got? We've got Ireland that, they are kicking off. They are kicking off and they've warned that they won't stop. Okay? There's even talk, I saw lots of information about and I'm going to be very careful how I use these words. I'm not going to use the hot words because they are very hot at the moment. But you know the people that come into your country and they shouldn't because they don't have anything like, any paperwork or whatever. They come in perhaps on a boat. Yeah? Well, they're leaving Ireland. And not surprisingly because they are under extreme threat. No? So, where they're going probably to another place. They certainly won't be going home, I don't imagine. Then we've got Holland, the Netherlands. I'm never sure whether they call it Holland or the Netherlands, or the Lowlands. Anyway, there they've got this new, I suppose, a right-wing government who is going to close down all of those preaching places that they have and close the borders and throw them all out. Here in Spain, the people are waking up and the borders have been opened, and millions of these people who come, who shouldn't, are flooding in. The same is happening in the UK. Flooding in, but in their droves. Now, let me tell you something else that's really interesting about this flooding in of these people who really shouldn't be coming. They tend to be male. Tend to be. Not always, but the vast majority. They tend to be really young. Like teens, early 20s. Certainly what I've seen here in Spain, when they come, when they arrive, they've all got mobile phones, iPhones. They're all wearing branded clothing, good branded clothing. They've got their hair done. They look like the dog's bollocks. Okay? And then they're put into places where they're having all the meals paid for and all of that, right? So, something wrong with that picture. Because if people were fleeing, and where they're fleeing from, I'm not sure. If they were fleeing, they would be fleeing, do you just flee on your own? Like a young lad, I'll just flee. I'll leave behind my mum, my dad, my sister, my brother. They don't come with the family. Now, I would expect the families to come. But no, they just flee on their own. Yeah? And so, and they're being allowed. And not being allowed, I would go beyond that. They're being encouraged. Encouraged, okay? So what the hell is going on? Then we've got at the same time, there's a big movement where people are starting to go over to the right. Why? Because there's only the right that says, hey, we'll stop that. And that's what people want. So I've got this feeling, it's just a sense that I've got, that all of this is manipulated. Everything is manipulated. All of this is being manipulated. What do I think happened? I heard Klaus Schwab and a woman from the WEF talking about, well, certainly it was Klaus Schwab, was saying that there's a revolution happening. And it's a revolution against them. And they don't know how to handle it. Well, I think they do know how to handle it. So, that Hegelian dialect of problem, reaction, solution. So what I'm saying is that I believe that they are creating the problem. What's the problem? Hey, we want our border secured. We want all of these things. And so we want somebody to fix it. And the reaction is from the people. Like, we can't, we're really angry now. And then the solution comes along, which is a right-wing party that says, hey, we'll stop that for you. Happened in Italy, the right wing got in, didn't they? Netherlands. In Spain, it's going to happen the next time. I mean, he actually stopped them from getting in by going against the constitution. You know, it was disaster. But there's this kind of thing going on that I see, which is manipulating people to believe that the politicians are going to fix this. In Argentina, for example, the president of Argentina, the new one, Milei, he was in the WEF. He was a member of the World Economic Forum, and now he says that they're evil and bad and wicked. But he was a member. And I just have a feeling, I just have a gut feeling that maybe he's gone undercover. And maybe the people who are purporting to be wanting, against them, maybe they're not. Maybe they're just there as puppets. Why do I think that? Well, because all politicians are dirty, low-life, stinking, monkey bastards. And why would we think that anybody else, no matter what they say, aren't that? The feeling I have is that they are all part of the same group, mountain of dirty, monkey, low-life, stinking bastards. Certainly the message that I get is that politics is not going to fix this. And I think probably all of you would agree. Politics is not going to fix this. The emissary said that shifting over to the right would be like tuning up the vehicle. It's just giving the vehicle a tune, but the vehicle's not the right vehicle. That's not the vehicle that's going to take us to this new place that we're going to. And so there's no point in tuning up the vehicle. The vehicle's buggered. It's buggered. There's one wheel hanging off it. It's not going to go in the right direction. It's certainly not going to go along the Roman road. It's going to go on a wiggly-waggly road. And it's no coincidence, in my opinion, that all of this big conflict is going on. Between what? Now it's starting to be between us and the Arab people. That's what they're building, this Arab, and then the people who decide to be on their side and the people who want to be on the side of Israel. And it's like, what are they trying to do? Let's flood every country with Arabic people. Typically, that's what's coming. And then let's create a conflict between them and us. What is it that they're wanting to do? It's just, it all seems a little bit too convenient that it's all kicking off at the same time. So are people being manipulated? I would think so. So we've got to be ever so careful about we've talked about taking sides. There are no sides to take because we're in the middle road, the Roman road going to the destination. No sides. And I think we will do ourselves a big disfavour if we start falling for this Hegelian dialect that they're creating again. They know they've got to use the people's upset. They know that people are upset. They know that people are ready for rebellion. And so what they do is they'll give them something to rebel against rather than against them. Yeah? So it's just deflection. Let's make them look at that and get really angry because people are angry. People are angry. And they need to vent that anger. So what they do is, we'll just point you in this direction and we'll carry on doing all of the bad stuff that we always do. But look over there and get really angry about that. What do you think? I don't know. It's just a sense that I get that all of this is manipulated. And why wouldn't it be? When everything else has been manipulated, why would we expect anything else? Anything else? However, on the positive side of it, it's really good because people are waking up. So it doesn't matter whether they might get a little bit sidetracked. Because once you're awake, you're awake. And that's it. And then you're open to everything. And there's no turning back. So I think it's just this game of, it's kind of a game of, well, let's see how long we can make this last. Let's see how much we can do before they're all cotton on to us. And there's a lot of cottoning on going on. A lot of cottoning on. more so than I've ever seen, and it makes me really happy. But it's still going to get dodgy. It's still going to get dodgy before it gets better. So, that's all I have to say on that matter. I love you all, and I'll speak to you all later. Bye-bye.